Hey everyone, imagine this. You're standing at the altar in your dream wedding dress, heart pounding with excitement, ready to say I do to the man who feels like your soulmate. But in that perfect moment, a whisper shatters everything. You find out he's your long-lost brother. Sounds like a nightmare from a movie, right? Well, it happened to me. And if you're hooked already, stick around because this story gets even wilder. My name is Claire Thompson, I'm 29 years old, and I live in sunny California. Life hasn't always been easy for me. I grew up in the foster care system, bouncing from home to home like a ping pong ball. My earliest memory? I was just 3 years old, holding tight to my little brother's tiny hand as social workers drove us to a children's home. His name was Tommy back then, with big blue eyes and a giggle that could light up the darkest room. We were all each other had after our mom passed away in a car accident. Dad was never in the picture for either of us. But one rainy night, everything changed. I woke up in our shared room and Tommy was gone. The foster parents said he got adopted by a nice family. Just like that, poof. No goodbyes, no last hugs. I cried for days, weeks even. As a kid, you don't understand why the world rips away the only family you have left. I kept asking where he was, but no one had answers. Over time, his face started to fade from my mind. I could remember the feel of his hand in mine, but not much else. The ache stayed though, like a hole in my heart that never quite healed. Foster care was tough after that. I moved to 5 different homes by the time I was 18. Some were okay with kind people who tried their best. Others, not so much. There was this one family where the mom yelled a lot and I felt invisible. School was my escape. I buried myself in books and dreamed of a better life. I worked odd jobs as a teen, saving every penny to get out on my own. By 20, I was living in a tiny apartment, waitressing to pay for community college. I studied business, hoping to build something stable. No more uncertainty, no more loss. Along the way, I had a foster mom named Mrs. Elena who took me in for a couple of years when I was 12. She was like a real mom, taught me to bake cookies, helped with homework, and even came to my school plays. We stayed in touch after I aged out. She was the one constant in my chaotic life. Little did I know, she'd play a huge role in uncovering my past. As I got older, I dated here and there, but nothing stuck. Guys came and went, but trust was hard for me. I'd always wonder if they'd disappear like Tommy did. I focused on my career instead, landing a job at a marketing firm in LA. That's where things started to turn around, or so I thought. I was finally feeling like I had control over my life. Independent, strong, ready for whatever came next. But fate has a funny way of sneaking up on you. And in my case, it was about to drop a bombshell that would change everything. If you're relating to any of this so far, drop a like below and let me know in the comments. What's the craziest family secret you've ever heard? Don't forget to subscribe for more unbelievable true stories like this one. Okay, let's keep going. So, fast forward to about 2 years ago. I was 27, settled into my job at the marketing firm, and feeling pretty good about life. That's when I met Adam. He was the new guy in the office, tall with those kind blue eyes and a smile that made my stomach flip. We worked on the same team, brainstorming ad campaigns for big clients. At first, it was just friendly chats by the coffee machine. He'd make jokes about our boss's terrible ties, and I'd laugh way too hard. One day, he asked me out for lunch. Nothing fancy, just sandwiches at a park nearby. We talked for hours about our favorite movies, travel dreams, even our tough childhoods. He mentioned growing up adopted, never knowing his real family. It hit close to home for me, but I didn't dive too deep. From there, lunches turned into dinners, then weekend hikes in the hills. Adam was different from anyone I dated. He was patient, listened when I ranted about work, and made me feel safe. For the first time, I wasn't scared of getting close. We dated for 2 amazing years. He met my friends, I met his adoptive parents, who were sweet but always vague about his early life. We traveled to Mexico for a beach vacation, where we danced under the stars and shared our deepest fears. I told him about losing my brother, how it left me guarded. He held me tight and said he'd never let me feel alone again. It was like we'd known each other forever. Little things clicked. We both hated olives, loved old rock music, and even had the same quirky habit of folding napkins into shapes at restaurants. Then came the proposal. It was on my birthday at our favorite spot overlooking the ocean. He got down on one knee, ring in hand, and said, "Claire, you've made my life whole." Will you marry me? I burst into tears and said yes without a second thought. Planning the wedding was a whirlwind. Picking the venue, tasting cakes, sending invites. We chose a beautiful garden spot in California, with white flowers everywhere and a string quartet for the ceremony. My dress was simple but elegant, lace with a long train. Adam looked so handsome in his tux fittings. As the big day approached, I was nervous but excited. Mrs. Elena, my old foster mom, promised to come. She hadn't met Adam yet, but I couldn't wait for her to see how happy I was. Everything felt perfect, like the universe was finally giving me a happy ending after all the pain. But oh boy, was I wrong. The twist was coming, and it would flip my world upside down. If this story is blowing your mind so far, hit that like button and subscribe for more jaw-dropping tales. And comment below. Have you ever had a relationship revelation that changed everything? Tell me your thoughts. I read every comment. We invited about 100 guests, friends, co-workers, Adam's family. I even hired a photographer to capture every moment. Rehearsal dinner was magical with toasts and laughter. Adam and I snuck away for a quiet walk, holding hands and dreaming about our future. Maybe kids someday, a house with a yard. I felt like the luckiest woman alive. Little did I know the past was about to crash the party in the most shocking way. Stay tuned because the wedding day reveal is next, and it's intense. The wedding day finally arrived. Sun shining, birds chirping, picture-perfect California weather. I woke up early, butterflies in my stomach, surrounded by my bridesmaids. We sipped mimosas while getting hair and makeup done. My dress fit like a glove, and when I looked in the mirror, I saw a woman ready for forever. Adam texted me sweet messages. Can't wait to see you walk down that aisle. My heart melted. Guests started arriving at the garden venue. Flowers bloomed everywhere, the aisle lined with petals. The quartet played soft music as people took their seats. I peeked from the bridal suite and saw Adam at the altar, looking nervous but handsome. Then Mrs. Elena showed up. She hugged me tight, tears in her eyes. You look beautiful, Claire. But when she glanced toward Adam, her face went white as a sheet. I thought maybe she was just emotional. The ceremony was about to start. I linked arms with my best friend, who was walking me down the aisle since I had no dad. But before we stepped out, Mrs. Elena pulled me aside urgently. Claire, we need to talk. Now. Her voice shook. I followed her to a quiet corner, confused. What's wrong? I asked. She took a deep breath and whispered. That man, Adam. He's your brother. The words hit me like a truck. My ears rang, the world spun. What? That's insane. I laughed nervously, thinking she'd mixed him up with someone. But she pulled out an old, faded photo from her purse. It was a little boy about 2 years old, with the exact same eyes as Adam, piercing blue with that same sparkle. This is Tommy, she said. Your brother. I kept this photo all these years. Look at him, Claire. It's him. My knees buckled. I grabbed the photo, staring. The resemblance was uncanny. The nose, the smile. Memories flooded back. That giggle, the hand-holding. How could this be? I stormed over to Adam, tears streaming, photo in hand. Is this you? I demanded. He looked puzzled at first, then his face drained of color. Where did you get that? He stammered. We demanded answers. Mrs. Elena explained. She'd seen our birth records years ago when fostering me. We shared the same mom, different dads, but siblings separated in the system. Adam was adopted young, name changed. He never knew. We called his adoptive parents. They confirmed hesitantly. Birth certificates matched. It was true. Fate had reunited us, but as lovers instead of family. The cruelty of it all crushed me. We called off the wedding right there. Guests murmured in confusion as we announced a family emergency. I ripped off my veil, dress stained with mascara tears. Adam and I sat in the back room, silent, hearts shattered. How do you process almost marrying your brother? If this twist has you shocked, like and subscribe for more real-life dramas. Comment your reaction. What would you do in my shoes? I'd love to hear. The pain was unbearable. We hugged, but it felt wrong now. Everything we'd built. Gone in an instant. After that chaotic night, Adam and I didn't speak for weeks. The wedding cancellation was a mess. Refunds, explanations to guests who whispered rumors. I holed up in my apartment, crying into pillows, questioning everything. How could life be so twisted? I lost my fiancé, my future, all because of a hidden past. Therapy helped a bit. I talked through the grief, the disgust, the confusion. Friends rallied around me, bringing ice cream and shoulders to cry on. But here's the part most people won't believe. We didn't end as enemies. Slowly we started texting. Innocent stuff at first. How are you holding up? Then calls. Sharing memories we didn't know we had. Adam dug into his adoption files and we pieced together our story. Our mom had us young, struggled with addiction, and the system split us up. He remembered fragments too, a big sister who protected him. It was me. We met up as siblings for the first time. Awkward. Absolutely. But healing. We laughed about our shared quirks, cried over lost years. No romance anymore, just pure family bond. We even visited our mom's grave together, laying flowers and finding closure. Adam's adoptive family welcomed me, and Mrs. Elena became our bridge, sharing old stories. Today we're closer than ever. He walks my dog with me on weekends. We celebrate holidays as a family. I lost a husband that night, but gained the brother I'd mourned for decades. It's a miracle wrapped in heartbreak. Life throws curveballs, but sometimes they lead to unexpected gifts. I've dated since, cautiously, with full background checks now. And Adam? He's happy too, dating someone new. This experience taught me resilience. Family isn't always blood, but when it is, cherish it, no matter how it comes back. If my story moved you, remember, truth can hurt, but it sets you free. Hey, if you've made it this far, thank you. Drop a like if this blew your mind and subscribe for more incredible true stories. You won't want to miss the next one. Comment below. What's your take on this? Would you stay in touch like we did? Or walk away forever? Share your thoughts. I reply to as many as I can. And if you have a wild story of your own, tell me. Maybe it'll inspire my next video. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Looking back, I'm grateful. The ache from childhood is gone, replaced by real connection. Twisted? Yes, but beautiful in its own way. Life's full of surprises. Embrace them.